Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be discussing this book. For those who do not have this book, the book is already attached in the Telegram channel. You can just go check under files. You will find this book with the analyzer. Yeah, okay. The video will be about the strategy that is in here, which doesn't have explanation. I see as people requested explanation for this. Okay, the first part is explain, right? And I advise people, because people they tend to go to this part because it's not explained. They want me to explain what they haven't gone through this part first. You see, so I advise you to first start here, so that as now I'm explaining this part which is doesn't have an explanation, it will make more sense to you, right? Because you've gone through this, right? I just hope the person that asked me to explain this has gone through this, and if you didn't, please go through this. Okay, with no waste of time, let's start. We can start here. Yeah, let's start here. Okay, first of all, this strategy it checks these things. Please take note of what I'm about to write here. First of all, it's your start of trend. Your start of trend can be it can be even or odd, or it can be odd, but as long as you have your red number and your blue number as your start of trend, just like what you are having right here, right? I hope that makes sense. That's the first thing. Then the other thing, number two, it's this. Number two, you check between the blue zone and the red zone, which one is ascending and which one is descending. For those who do not understand, which one is increasing or decreasing, right? You check this, ascending and descending. Sorry, my handwriting is not that good. Yeah, this is the second one, right? So after this, after identifying this, number three, you go to number three. Number three is that, okay, let's say I'm gonna give an example. When, let's say the blue is decreasing like this, right? Then when the blue is decreasing, you have your red increasing, going high, right? When it's going high and it reaches, this will make more sense as I go straight to the example. Then when it goes high, the red, it's from the red, right? Then these are the blues. The blues are descending, right? Then the red are ascending. But you notice that as the red are ascending, when they reach this point, they go down, as you are seeing here. So meaning you will have this, you'll have a line. Let me reduce this error. Let me try to use. You'll have a straight line here. Then here you have a diagonal line indicating that the blue numbers are descending and the red numbers are ascending, but they are ascending to a level in the blue zone that indicates that even when the red numbers rise, they will rise, but they will not go beyond this level or this number. I hope that makes sense, right? Then What does that mean? This is more like trend analysis. What does this mean? What does this mean? It means this thing, it will drop all the way down. It will drop all the way down up until it breaks this level. When it breaks this level, ensure that this, for safety reason, ensures that this number here, I'm just giving an example with 7, it's bigger than all the numbers that are included in your analysis. I hope that makes sense. For a great pressure, you see. But you'll see as we go. Okay, let's go to our example. First thing first, your start of the trend, there's a condition for that, and then the second one is your it's noting which zone is descending or ascending. Then the last one, it's being able to identify in which direction the break will happen, and the direction in which the break will happen, that's where you must bet in that direction. Let's go to the examples that we have here. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, this example here. First of all, here's the first condition. We have a 5 and a 5 blue and a 5 red, right? Then we notice that after 5 red, 5 blue, it comes down, then it goes high. But you notice that from 5 to 3, this is already ascending in the. This should tell you it's already ascending in the red numbers are ascending, meaning whatever that's happening in the red zone is ascending. This should tell you already what will happen in the blue zone. It means in the blue zone the numbers are gonna descend, right? I hope that makes sense. And this, I feel like this can put you in a position where it becomes easy for you to predict what's gonna happen next just by seeing this rise from 3 red to 2 red. This is already telling you that this when this side, this is it applies for this strategy, right? I hope that makes sense. You don't apply this everywhere. This applies for this strategy, and this works more like trend analysis, right? Because there also the main thing is understanding your which zone is ascending and what's the other zone doing. Is it descending? Yeah, all of that. But let's continue to this part. So here you have the red zone ascending, right? As you can see, it's going high. Then the moment you see this, right? It's going like this. You draw a straight line here, going all the way, and even here you draw a straight line. But you can notice here, this is what's happening. It's forming a sort of like a triangle, something like this, right? Then definitely, yeah, you have a triangle like this. Then we have this line here, this line here. This is your shape. They meet at this one point here. Your zones meet at this one point here, right? Then if the market breaks this zone here, it means this line, this level, this one, if it breaks up that level, it means the market is going up. If it comes all the way down, then it does this, it means the market is going down. If it breaks that level, you'll see the same thing happens here. Look at this. And I remember the number that breaks here must be bigger than what's happening here, right? but there is a time where it works, but I will explain why. Let's complete this. See, you see this, you have a line here going all the way straight, you have a line here going all the way straight, then it's 5 red, 5 blue, 3 2. They start ascending the red numbers, then the blue numbers start decreasing, because from 1 it went all the way to 2, right? It looked like they are rising too. The blue numbers are rising high as well. Let me draw the straight lines so that you see how. Then after that, you have a sort of like a triangle in here, like this, right? But just to make our stuff clear, you notice that this appeared 7 red appeared, right? And remember, I said the number that breaks any level, any of the levels here. Again, you have a 5 and this. What you must notice is this level. Then 7 red breaks this level after this formation of a triangle. Then this drops, right? Then you bet in this direction. You bet down. You bet down. That's how it works. Okay, let's continue. Then how do you say that this thing indeed it broke down, or it went down? After this 7, it's gonna skip this and this. Then it starts plotting. Look at where your graph ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it went down. You see? Okay. I hope that was clear. Then we go to the next example. Same thing. Start with a red number or blue number, but the meeting must be having a red number and a blue number as your start. Then you notice from 8 from it's not 8, from 9 blue it dropped to 6. Then that's our start. Then from 6 the red started ascending, 3, 2, 5, right? Then what we notice after that, remember I said you draw this line, this straight line here, right? Then they form your triangle there. After that, 9 red appeared here, and it's already bigger than this. It's correcting the direction, right? Then you bet down. Then it's gonna skip 8 and 3. Then after 3 it will start plotting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it goes down. It's that easy. I hope you started with me. You didn't just skip to this part, because if you skip to this part I won't be explaining it in detail, because I've already explained from the start. So okay, let's continue. This is more or less the same as what we've discussed here. Okay, then we go to this guy here, and this thing it works well with VZ. Why am I saying so? Because VZ has one unit difference, you see. So it's very important that even your numbers must be connected somehow with 1 unit difference. At least if there's a 9, there must be an 8. If there's a 6, at least there must be a 5. If there's a 3, at least there must be a 2. If there's a 1, there must be a 2. There must be a 2. I hope that makes sense. If there's a 3, there must be a 2. Okay. Let's go to this one here. Here you have 8 and 3, right? We have 8 and 3. let's check. You remember what I said in the beginning that your analysis can end with four numbers or five numbers. You will see as we go what happened. Then you got 8 and 3. That's your start. And then after that, 6 appears, 1 appears. This is already telling you that the market is going high. It's ascending because 6 is above 8. Then there's 1. Then it went all the way to 7. And then remember, I said you draw a line here where there's your start. As you can see, there's lines here. Then after that, a 7 appeared. 7 blue appeared. It broke above the upper level. Then this thing is going high, as I explained. So meaning it's gonna skip 7 and 2. Then it starts splitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ended high. It's as simple as that. Then we go to this one. You see? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Here, for those who do not understand, we're gonna start here from what? Sorry about that, guys. Someone was disturbing me. Let's check here. You see here, look at this. Even though Mr. Katako decided to start somewhere, but the reason I'm gonna explain why. But it's still more or less the same. You see here, you have a 9, you have a 4, right? And remember, you draw a straight line here. Then here, a straight line as well, going all the way up. Then after 9, 4 appeared, and then after 4, then there's 1 blue. After 1 blue, there's 0 red. After that, 7 broke up above, right? But remember what I said. The number that breaks high, it must cancel what is happening here, right? But if you had entered here, there's a possibility that this might have worked or might have failed. You remember what I said in the beginning. If you've made it to this far, then you heard what I said in the beginning. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So instead, he waited because 7 is smaller than 9 red. You see, so we wait. Then we waited to check. Okay, then we're gonna start another one here from 7, 1, 8. Then it drops to this level, right? But what we're noticing here is now that there's a VZ created, right? And the other thing that we notice, that's why you have to involve your thinking when you're doing this. Don't be thinking about a lot of things when trying to apply this strategy, because it requires your full mind to be able to execute well. So okay, like I said, you have a 9 and 8, and there's a VZ here, right? This should tell you that okay, 8 is above 8 is above 9 red, right? After that, look at what happens. Look at what happens. 8 blue appears. When 8 blue appears, it corrects what's happening here. And the other thing, it's breaking another level here. It's also creating a VZ, and it's also a new level. I will explain as we discuss more examples, so that I know a lot of people will get confused at this part, but I'll show you. Then after 8, you int, it's gonna skip 0 blue and 0 red. Then look at what your trend end. 1 2 3 4 5. Then your trend ended high as expected. It created a VZ and broke another VZ, and it's also a level where we waited to start another analysis. Okay, let's go to the next example. I think the next example will clear up what I just said here. I hope you made it to this part. Okay. Here's another one. You have a 9 and a 6, and after 6 you have 1. This is a long analysis. Look at it. It's a long analysis. Then there's 7, 1 to 7, right? Then you notice that the blue numbers are dropping from 9 to 7, right? This is indicating that there's a drop, meaning we are going to the red numbers, right? Then after that there's 1 and 3, right? Then this is also going up. We have a 6 and a 3. This is going up. It's forming that triangle that I was telling you about, right? And don't forget, here we draw lines, straight lines, because at the end of the day we must see a shape like this. Then either it breaks this side or it breaks that side. Okay, let me clear up my screen. Then look at this. After three red appeared 1. It's still dropping. 7 9 1. The odd numbers are dropping all the way down, and it's the blue zone. Then after that there's a 7. Look at this. This is a good way. It's a good confirmation. You have 9 7 1, then 7, right? You have this, and then this 7, it breaks the level here above 6, and there's also a VZ. All right. Then this is a downtrend. Why? Let me explain. You have a 9, you have a 7 and a 9 here. The exception is that your numbers are dropping from 9 to 7, and they are dropping smoothly. They are all odd numbers, and then between, and remember, one cannot keep 7 red up, because 7 red is greater than 1 blue, right? So this thing, and it broke the other level, and it also created a VC. Then this thing is a bit down. Okay, let's check where our trend ended. It ended here. It was gonna skip 6 and 0, then 1 2 3 4 5. You need to have a good eye to spot these entries. So patience is very important, right? Here you have the same thing. 1 2, that's your start. Then after that you have 9 and 5, right? It's still below 9, which our start point, right? Then after that 1 appeared, one blue appeared. Then after 1 blue, then 3. It broke the level below. There's no VZ here. There's no VZ, right? It broke that level I was telling. I'll keep on drawing these levels up until these are your start. S stands for start. It's not a 5. Then it's gonna form something like this, sort of like a triangle. But here, instead of forming a triangle, it did this. If you are with me up to this point, it did something like this. It did this. That's a start. It did this and broke all the way down. then you enter. You see what's happening here, and the odd numbers are dropping here. There's no way that what do we call this pressure rule. Pressure rule is not applicable when the market is dropping this smooth or rising similar like the way I'm showing you right here. So then look at what happens. It's gonna skip 0 and 8, then starts plotting 1 2 3 4 5. It went down. Okay, here we go to the next example. See you have a 4 and an 8 and 7 2 4. It almost broke the upper level, but what we're noticing in this case is that the blue levels are not, there's no movement. It's like they're staying at one level, which is our level of our level where we started with the analysis for the blue numbers, right? Then it went to 4, then it came back to 1, but we understand that it is still higher than our level, our point where we started analyzing in the red zone, right? So it's still high. We draw a line, we understand that this thing is ascending. Then in the blue zone, it went again to that level where we started, then to 7. Then we understand that this thing, it's still high for the red numbers, and it's a bit below the level of start in the blue zone, but it's still in between these levels and these levels. I hope that makes sense, right? Then after that a 6 appeared. It broke this level, meaning this thing is going up. Then it's gonna skip 7 6, then it will start plotting after 6, then 1 2 3 4 5. Then that was a successful trade. Let's go to this one, guys. This is easy. Here's an example that I've been talking about. And then another thing that you guys should notice is that the big numbers that weigh more than small numbers, they tend to break when the analysis is longer. Why is that? Because the more numbers appears, the more you have smooth rising and smooth descending or decreasing, whatever you wanna call it. What do I mean by that? Okay, I'll do that in another video, but as you can see, let's look at this. I've got so much information that if I were to speak everything in this one video, it will become more this video will become long and more complicated. Some people will end up sleeping like we're in maths or mathematics class. Okay, here you have a 7 and a 6. Then after that a 5 appeared. You understand that 5 is above 7 right? Then after that, you remember we drew those two lines. After that, it did the same thing that it did over here. You remember what I explained here? Where was it? Was it here? I think it's here. It did the same thing. Instead of ascending in the red zone, it broke straight without showing any sign of ascending. Even here in the blue zone, it broke after ascending in the red zone. It broke up with a big number. Then we bet up. When we bet up, it's gonna skip 0 and 3. Then it starts plotting 1 2 3 4 a successful trade. Then we'll go on. Same thing happens, guys. Here, it's even creating a VZ. If you're a person who loves trading using a VZ strategy, this is a good way that you can, I feel like it's more easy, and it's gonna be easy for you to wait for these conditions to be met. Remember, the most important thing is to wait for your conditions to be met before you can enter. You don't just enter because you think. Wait for all your conditions to be met, then that's when you enter. That's I'm not gonna explain. It's simple. Same thing everywhere. It's simple, guys. This it's gonna be your exercise. You'll explain this to yourself as an exercise. Same thing. You see. Same thing. Same thing, guys. I hope you made it to this far. Thanks for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for more content. And subscription is for free. Doesn't cost anything. I don't want to make this video long. Thank you.